Happy Monday, everyone. Here, I'm Greg Dixon here with Betty Withrow and with our total traffic and conversion discussion. And on Mondays, we almost always talk about writing and publishing and editing, making outlines, all that stuff, mostly related to book publishing. And today, we've been talking about one of the first things Betty asked when I met her is because I had done some publishing before. I was wondered if I wanted to resurrect my publishing business, and so I have to say I've been sort of accidental publisher in the past. Like people have said, "Oh, can you help me with this book?" Okay, sure. Can you, publish this audio track or this CD or so? Oh yeah, okay, sure,
Mhm.
right. So anyway, we've been thinking about I, well, I've been thinking. The funny thing is, I've been thinking about resurrecting it recently and calling it Life Vault Publishing, and it's kind of an extension of things that I've been doing for about 20 years, and more or less, I consider myself a multimedia expert. So I publish stuff, video and audio recordings. I've done multi-track recordings. I've put out a couple of books and help people get stuff on Amazon. And Betty's she's been in the writing world pretty much most of your career, doing helping with her writing coaching, ghostwriting, and and help with content. And then we've together as Total Traffic and Conversion with Roy DeCan, we've been doing marketing around people with their books and their online courses and special offers. So in a way, we're talking about integrating a lot of these things. So
Yeah.
Betty, so what do you have to say here?
Well, I do find that it's a continuous process of us converging our various skill sets and going, okay, what can we do with what we know that's going to better serve the needs of what people are looking for now? And certainly, a lot of people are interested in getting their content and their wisdom out into the marketplace in various forms. And there's so many different ways to publish and to get your stuff out there these days. I mean, we have uh, all of it, YouTube, print media, Amazon, traditional publishing, audiobooks, online courses, you name it. And with your experience, Greg, and putting together Life Vault, all of these things have a place to live now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting, really. Um,
Yeah, it is.
so I should I'm gonna just put the website address here on. Let's see here. Oh no, I'm at my limits. Streamyard. It
No
must be
more
Monday.
banners for you.
It must be Monday. Yes,
It
yes.
must be Monday. It is indeed. And that's conversion and convergence. These are two interesting word combinations. And as the word nerd, I can tell you that they both are they go together. They converge literally, and so it's pulling together. Conversion is creating the process of going from one state to another. Convergence is taking two different states and putting them together. So we are doing both of those at once as we speak.
Yes, as we speak. So I'm going to just say a little bit about uh, my background. Like if you go to the website, if you go to lifevault.online, it will say, story productions and uh, multimedia publishing. And where the story productions come from is uh, Bonnie and a partner and Jerry Smith in Washington State, and I created a thing called Tell Your Story Productions. So we've always been the keepers of the memories for our family, and and Jerry especially likes doing very detailed biographies. So that's his background. So we started this thing to do story productions, and quite a few people have enlisted us to do story productions in one way or another. And I have to say, no matter what we say we're going to do, they always want it in a different format.
Yes, that's the truth. Everybody has their own idea.
Yeah. So one of my rewarding ones was we were taking a Linda Hollander webinar on sponsorship in Los Angeles, and we were talking about Tell Your Story Productions, and she hired us to do one for her father. And the funny thing is, he was very reluctant. He didn't want to be on camera. So we said, well, we'll just come down and have coffee with you, right? And anyway, so anyway, we got there. I don't even think I took my camera in to go see him. And anyway, but I did have my cell phone with a high quality microphone. And he says, I'm ready to go. So we sat down and he talked for about an hour and a half. And we got his story. It was amazing. And then if it was up to him, he would have tossed out all of the family photos when he moved out of his house. But his daughter saved them, and so she sent us all the photos. So we edited the video or the audio and transcribed it and took the photos, and I created a page. And then Linda says this is on I think a Monday. She said, well, it's my dad's birthday on Friday, and I'd like to give him a book. Oh. so there I was scrambling to put together a book and get it ready to print. I said it won't be perfect by the time I get it to you, and she got it and she printed it and gave it to him. And anyway,
Nice. Yeah.
one of the rewarding things is he passed away this year, and Linda said she printed out the second version, the more refined version of the book after, and gave it out to everybody who attended the memorial. So
Oh, see, yeah, that's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. And I've had and other ones I did. It was somebody I've played music with, and she told her musical story from age 5 to 85, and with photos and things. And she wanted all the video and the photos and the story to be put on a USB key and shaped in the shape of a piano, and
Uh-huh.
she put it in a nice package to give her grandchildren. And I got good feedback on there. And so and then another one is essentially a website where um, the 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 person Anne's mother had written a story about her growing up, but she wasn't really capable of reading it herself or doing doing the video. So Anne it just ended up reading it into her phone. Like I had a few tricks for you've got an iPhone. It has a pretty good microphone in. Put it on a pillow and then I had an audio version of the whole thing on a website. So everything has had a different format. And and I guess we should say what we're thinking is because we Betty has most of her clients, their main goal is to create a book. And then we, with Total Traffic and Conversion, we have people who want to create an online course. And no matter what, if they want to create an online course, we whisper in their ears that they should have a book. And if they're writing a book, we should say they should have an online course.
That's right. That's
And
right.
and you have a client now that you think should have an audiobook.
Yes, indeed, I do. She has written a great fiction novel with 4 different women and their voices, and as an audiobook, I think it would be just smashing. A lot of people, one of my other clients said, "Well, I hardly ever read. It sounds weird, but I always listen to books." I said, "No, that's kind of normal these days. People have a long drive. They want to listen to something on their drive. They put on a book and listen to the book." And so, yeah, audiobooks can be a great way to really bring depth into the experience for your reader or for your listener, that is to say.
Yeah. And I think everybody has different preferences. Like some people
Right.
like if I'm doing a course often, if I have the time, I will present it in video format, an audio recording, and a transcript. Of course, with the video, you can just, like I tend to do stuff. I play the video and close my eyes, right? But sometimes it's nice just to have the audio, especially if
Mhm.
it's easy
Yeah.
to stream on your phone when you're traveling and out
Mhm.
walking. Yeah. I listen to a lot of things when I'm out walking.
Yeah, that's right. And people do learn in different ways, and having something that you enjoy listening to can really add some flavor to your day while saving you, like you brought up the if I have time part. Well, who doesn't have that one going on? So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, it's a way to save time and reach your audience.
And reach your audience. Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect. So I guess we should, we're, in the spirit of brainstorming live. So let's talk about the journey, because we have a pretty capable team now of delivering an awful lot of things. Like, not just us, you and I. We have people who are really good at book design, and also interior design and cover design.
Mhm.
We have you have certain kinds of editing you really like to do, and then other kinds we can find other editors for a book.
Yes.
And
Uh-huh.
then I work with the video, and I can work with the audio stuff. And so we think we have a, and you also, part of your thing is when you work with a client, you start, sometimes they just come to you with an idea. you know you know
Right.
and they got something they want. And then you really sit down and work with them and clarify what it is they want to do, and then work through the whole process to develop the concept for their book, and their whole, and then you take them through the whole writing process.
Yeah, and people come to me in all different stages of development. Like one of my projects right now, the man had written out uh, probably half of his book, and the rest of it was an outline. He let it sit there for about a year. And then when we started working together, I cleaned up the first part and said, okay, what do we have here? Things that repeat, this and that. And then I started realizing, hey, this guy doesn't seem to he didn't seem to notice that his book relates directly to one of his businesses. He has a number of different businesses. So I said, well, hey, like this stuff that you have at the end that could be a coaching package, what if it just takes people right to your website that you've already developed for this business that you have? And he said, I didn't even think of that. And I said, well, see, that this is what happens when you're in the middle of the process. You may not see the larger picture of what you could actually do with this book. And that's one of the things that really lights me up, is when I can go, hey, you could
Yeah.
take this to another level.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that? And then people say yes, because it fits into what they actually want to accomplish overall, not just in that book, but in their business and in their life.
Yeah, that's perfect. You help them connect the dots.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I even this Life Vault publishing, I had something else specific in mind for a Life Vault, and then I realized that it really wasn't that much removed from the Tell Your Story productions that we were doing before, and also all of the book development and publishing that you and I have been talking about. So,
Yeah,
I, so,
yeah,
so I,
yeah,
that I didn't see the connections either until recently.
yeah. And that's one of the great things about collaborating in the way that we are, is that people come up with different ideas and you're seeing it from different angles. So it's like that story about how do you describe an elephant? One person sees the tail and says it's like a rope. Another person sees the foot and or touches the foot, and they're all blindfolded, and
Yeah,
says, "Oh, it's like a tree,"
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
so on. And so it's all the same elephant, but how do you perceive it, and how do you integrate that into the entire elephant, not just one piece of it, so that it's a full on functioning elephant.
yeah, full on functioning elephant. Yeah. Yeah, so this is pretty exciting stuff, and you're in your this is the early stages of
Yeah.
this development. The website is the first page describes really the intention of what we want to do. We haven't actually developed any packages yet. So, but if you're interested in, just contact us through, we're both available on LinkedIn, and you can also come and see us about total traffic and conversion. And did I just clobber that total traffic and conversion link? Probably. So anyway, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yeah,
Learn more at totaltrafficandconversion.com.
yeah, total traffic and conversion.com. But yeah, we're available on LinkedIn. almost everywhere.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah. So any other last things you want to add here, Betty, before we let people go on with their Mondays?
Well, I'm going to just go refer back to what we always tell people to do is just do it. Go visit our pages, check out what we do, schedule an appointment, and let's get the show on the road. Find out what your idea is. How can we develop that idea? Take it to the next level, get your content where it needs to go, all of the above.
Yeah, all of the above. Just do it. So,
Just do it. Yeah.
okay. 1 second here. And here's our little total traffic and conversion video, and we'll talk to you later.
Great.